Greetings. Okay, it's been a minute. So, good day to y'all. Happy Wednesday. It's been a minute. I'm blessed to be here, y'all. Y'all don't know. I'm just happy. I'm blessed to be here. But, yeah, I don't know what this live is going to be about. I am going to pull. So, hey, good day. So, oh, it's okay. Hey, I figured it was you. Yeah, so I don't even know if I should. I mean, I did share it already on one of my IGs, but I just, I don't know. Like people are weird, and I, you know, God gets the glory at the end of the day. But I know like some people might take this as like a victory that something like that would happen to me. But anyway, so Tuesday morning, like early Tuesday morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, I was on my way home from work. So I left work early that day, or that, okay, so I go in Monday evening. I go in Monday evening, like around 4 in the evening, and I get off the next day at 4 a.m., right? So at 12. I got off a little early because there was nothing left for me to do. So I work in a warehouse, production warehouse, or whatever. So there was nothing else for me to do. So they sent me home early, and I decided to take a lift. I took a lift home, and not even I was probably like 5 minutes away from my house. Not even like a moment, like I'm looking at my phone. I'm on Instagram, by the way, right? And I post a story, and soon as I, like, out of nowhere, I get hit by a car. Me and my Lyft driver get hit by a red light runner. So we're going straight, we're going north, and this person is on the left of us. And all I could remember is this loud ass, like, boom. Like, it was like this. And thank God I didn't see the car coming because I probably would have had a heart attack. But I felt it. And at that moment, I said, am I still alive? Like, it happened so quick that I questioned whether I was alive because of that bang. It happened in an instant. And then I heard my Lyft driver go, "Oh my God, oh my God." So I'm in shock. I don't know. I was, like I said, I couldn't fully process whether I was alive or I was dead. So she was like, "Hurry, get out of the car," because her airbag had popped out, and the airbag was producing like this heat, like it was like this weird chemical smell in the car. And she was like, "Hurry up, get out." So I grabbed my bag off the floor, and I just got out the car, ran across the street, didn't think twice about it, didn't even check to see if cars were coming my way or not. And I get out, she's out the car, and we both just start crying. Like at that moment, I'm like, thank you God, because that could have went a whole nother way. We were going probably like 20, 25, like normal. And the guy was like a young guy in his car or whatever. He was going pretty fast. So her car ended up shifting to the right of the street rather than straight ahead. And his car hit from coming from the left side of the street. So now his car is facing, he's on the right side now, but his car is facing like he's going back to the opposite side again. So that's how fast and how hard he hit us. So looking at her car is totaled. Her car is fucking totaled. Her car is totaled. Her side, he hit her on the driver's side. And it's a miracle that she got out of that unscarred. Like, neither one of us have any, like, none of us got seriously injured. She didn't get hit, she didn't get hurt, like nothing. Like, she walked out of that car like nothing happened to her. And of course, you know, when you're in shock like that, like, you're freaking out. So she had to get out on the opposite side to get out of her car because her door is messed up, and the front of, like, the front grill of her car is completely totaled. Um so it was crazy. And she said, like, she was saying that when I got here, when I picked you up, because I woke her, I guess, um she woke up to do her first ride that morning, and I was her first ride for the morning. And she said, I prayed before I got you. When we got in the car, like, initially when she picked me up from work, she was pulling off out of the building and she put on her seatbelt. And something, like, I put on my seatbelt all the time. Usually, like, I can't think of a time that I have not worn my seatbelt like that. So I was, like, just tired and ready to go home from work. That day was kind of like, I just didn't feel it. That day I wasn't feeling too good, just energetically wasn't feeling good. And I wanted to go home so bad throughout that whole entire day. So when they asked me to go home a little bit early, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Anyway, so when she put on her seatbelt, it made me put my seatbelt on. I was like, no, let me put my seatbelt on. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad she decided to put her seatbelt on. And I'm glad that I decided to put my seatbelt on, because it could have been way different. Um, yeah, it was surreal. It was weird. And I don't know, like, I was in shock, and I'm still kind of in shock. Not to say I've never been in a car accident before. I've been in car accidents before as a kid, but they were, like, light. They weren't like that. That was an impactful hit that we could have not been dead. Definitely her, like, she could have died. The way he hit her car, she could have died. Most definitely her. Or just been seriously injured. Me, I don't know if I would have flew out of the car, out of the side, of the way he hit the side. I could have flew out of the window or something, or hit my head, anything. And just the fact that nothing happened to us was crazy. So I'm grateful to be here. And I took that as, I don't know, like something just divine, because the thing that I posted was funny, because I put, it's like we so cocky, like humans, like we think we have time. We make all these plans and we live for tomorrow, but we don't even know if tomorrow is even promised to us. So the thing that I posted was like, you know, basically, if I'm still here, so is my divine counterpart, blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking all of that, but you don't know. Like, that's like what I said. Like, it was not even, it had to have been like 2 or 3 minutes after I made that post, because I was still on Instagram posting, or not posting, I was still scrolling on Instagram. And I'm looking, like, looking through shit, and all of a sudden, this loud bang smash hits the car, and I stop, and I'm in shock. And for a second, I'm like, am I alive or am I dead? And I know that sounds weird, because, like, bitch, you should know if you're still, no. Like, how quick we got hit, and I didn't realize, like, what had just happened. Like, are we in an act? It was crazy. Oh my God, I'm getting. I can't even describe what that felt like. That hit was just like, I was in shock. Like, I guess, like I said, I just shut down, and I questioned at that moment, am I dead? Like, what just happened? So she snapped me out of that real quick to get out of the car. But yeah, I'm just glad to be here. Like, I'm just glad to be here. It's nothing's promised. Nothing's really promised to you. Is it can go and it's like that quick. Like it was like that. And the Lyft driver, she said that when she seen him coming, she didn't have enough time to even react and do anything about it because he was coming at her already. She seen the lights coming towards her. There's nothing she could do. So I know for her to see that, that was scary as hell, you know, and I'm grateful that nothing happened to her. She has kids. And that was another thing that she was saying is this is my only source of income right now. So my car is total. I don't have a car. Now I don't have, I can't make my money right now. So, but she just kept saying that she knew something was coming. She just didn't know what, but she said God told her not to worry, that he got her back. Like he has her back. Not to worry. So I take that as a blessing, and some sick demonic people might take that as like a victory or something, or thinking that, but no, like I'm divinely protected and that woman is divinely protected. Um, if it didn't make me like pay attention to God, like that's one thing I say God all the time, but I'm telling you, like I don't just, yeah, I'll give credit to my angels and my ancestors, but God though, I can never say that God does not exist. Like, how do you explain that? Like, how do you not give credit that there's something greater? Yeah, something greater. Yeah, it was crazy. But on a lighter note, y'all, I know something beautiful is gonna come out of that for her because she wasn't doing anything wrong. She had a green light. She was going the speed she was supposed to. So I know she's gonna be good. She's gonna be taken care of. And as for me, I don't know. I guess I was just like, I don't know. But I'm happy to be still lit. Like it put things into perspective. Like to snap out of my own shit. Yeah. She didn't want to do that anymore. That's another thing she was saying, that she was praying to get out of that because she had already. So what she was saying, like she was telling me and my mom, because my mom and my daughter came to come get me. So she was telling me and my mom that she had already had two incidents within the last 3 days prior to that accident where she almost got into accidents driving, doing Lyft. And I guess her and her best friend both drive Lyft, and she was telling her best friend like to not drive in certain areas because people drive dangerously over there in these certain areas or whatever. And she was saying that she was praying to God that she would be able to get out of doing Lyft. And sometimes like it's crazy how God works. Is like we'll pray for certain stuff. That's why like they say be careful what you ask for, because it can come in a way. Sometimes like it'll come in a way that will make you move, right? So she could pray all of that, right? Let's say she's praying to get out of the whole Lyft thing, but she's still kind of, she's not looking for another way out of it or potentially opening up her options, but she's focused on, okay, well, the Lyft is the only thing. And sometimes it takes being called out of your comfort zone or something forcing you out of that, like you said, Dara, a tower moment, um to shake you up out of something. So I don't know, like I could say that for me, like what I took from the situation again was like this humbling, like it could be any time. You know, it can happen at any time. Yeah, it's a lot. Um, and not just that, but yeah, it made me appreciate life more, and it made me be honest, like to be honest, like slow down and acknowledge God more and see real time. Like that was a blessing. And God knows how I feel about cars, and some people close to me know how I feel about cars. I've seen dramatic, traumatic things happen. Um, and I've seen people come out untouched. Like, mm, and I've seen people not come out um, not so lucky. So I have this thing about cars, but that fear that I had about, that happening, and that kind of took it away. And another thing that it reminded me of too is that no matter what type of oppositions and no matter what weapons are formed against me, that they'll never prosper. Because I remember my mom telling me about a car accident she had when she was pregnant with me, um, that she got hit twice. Like they were in the car, they got hit once the first time, and they were kind of stationed in the middle of the street, and another car came and hit them again. And I'm telling you, like God is real, and God is so good, and God is. I've had so much grace over my life. There's so many things that could have happened to me where I've been in situations that were dangerous, close calls, like just being stupid, being immature, or just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or um, have had things happen to me where I just don't even know how I made it out, like crazy stuff. So God is real. I'm telling y'all, like it. There's no other way, like no other way I can put it. And it's not time. You know what I mean? It's not time. Not not that. Not that way. Whew. Whew. Yeah, it was scary, I'm not gonna lie. It was scary. It was scary. And I'm grateful like that my Lyft driver is a praying woman, that she's a woman of faith, because it's like I don't know, like that I don't know. But I'm grateful. So yeah, I don't even know why I shared that with y'all. Like I don't even know. Where are we going with this? I don't know. Um I have no fucking clue where we're going with this. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe that was just a testimony. God is God is real. Shit. God is real. God is good. Divine protection, like all of that. Like there's no way that I might have had a little, I don't know. Like I said, I could have flew out the window or some shit. I could have hit my head really bad if I didn't have my seatbelt on. But Herb, like the driver, most definitely, like that could have, like if you would have seen her car in her side of the door, she shouldn't have came out just walking like nothing happened to her. That was crazy. Like, there's no way, like, a person that got hit like that just came out walking like she's not bloody, nothing. The only thing she had on her was like those little bubbles, like, when you get whipped, or it looks like a mosquito bite kind of on your arm. That's the only thing she had, and it was small. That's it. A scratch. That's it. That's all. A scratch. But for those of y'all that are my people, like y'all have, you guys have been like truly supportive of me, and it doesn't have to be through buying readings or liking and I mean that ties into it, liking, sharing, or whatever. But just genuinely having good intentions and goodwill, and keeping, sending me love and support energetically and genuinely fuck with me. I appreciate y'all. I do. Because I'm a person too. Like, I'm not just a machine just to sit up here and tell y'all about your what's going on energetically and pull cards. Like, I have a whole life. I have a daughter. I have family. I have friends. I have hopes and dreams. I'm not just on here just to just be no fucking reader. So I appreciate you guys that appreciate me and appreciate me as a human being, not just because of what I do and what I can give and what I have given. So I appreciate that. I really do. So whatever turns out for harm, God turns it into our good and our favor, and there's no better victory than that. I don't care what negative intentions or any weapon that tries to be formed, like, it's just not ever going to prosper. And people need to get that into their spirit and understand that. Not the church and Bible study on Wednesday. Yeah. So yeah, I've been MIA off YouTube. Not having posted as much and stuff as I would like. So this shift that I'm on, it does take a lot out of me. Like, I'm standing for damn near like 11 and a half hours. So I work 12s. So the majority of the time when I'm not on break, I'm standing the entire time. I'm moving. I'm doing this. I'm putting this together. I'm doing that. Like, it's a lot on my body physically. And strangely enough, I like that type of work. I don't really like sitting at desks and stuff all day. Like, unless I can move around and do different things, that's different. But just like the jobs that I've done in the past, just sitting on a phone call, I can't do that. Some people can do that. I can't do that. My attention span is not that high sometimes, so I just can't. I need some movement in my life. So I've been, when I have my days off, I'm just resting and catching up with other stuff that I have going on. And if I have readings and stuff to send out, I'm doing those. So I haven't really been available to sit and like record and go live as much and stuff. So, and that's another thing too. Like, to be honest with you guys, like, I love tarot. Like, I love to read, and I don't feel like that's ever gonna like go away, because honestly, like, the tarot is just an extension of my gift, and I say that all the time. Like, sometimes we misplace our giftings in certain avenues, and I feel like the tarot is not where my gift lies. Like, my gift is what it is, and it definitely goes into different areas. um so I've been praying for like for a shift and a change, like what's the next, what's next, right? So your girl took a leap of faith, because I do want to invest in my sound healing, and I'm still working on the life coaching stuff, and you know expanding in that. But like, bitch, you're certified. You need to be using your gifts, your talents, your knowledge, your wisdom. You need to be using it. So I took a leap of faith, and it was really scary at first because I didn't know if I would have the support to do this. But out of nowhere, I think it was in August, I was like, I'm gonna start focusing on other areas and expanding my business, expanding my community, not just solely just holding myself to tarot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to move, I want to expand. And I had a vision for myself as far as like what I want with my business and what I want to do with my sound healing and things like that. And what came to me at first was, just to start an event, like do a sound bath event, like get a space, rent out a space. And that's what I did. I rented out a space, and all of it came together in such a divine way, because I was looking at, okay, so out here in my area, my city, my state, like, how much do people charge, and how do they go about, like, where are they setting up their events and stuff. So I was curious, and I'm looking at different inspirations, and I come across this like specific space, and I go on her website, and I see like how much she like allows you to rent, and I'm like, girl, this is like nothing. Like, this is a steal. Like, this is a beautiful space, and it's not that expensive, and it's a black owned space. I'm like, okay, cool. So I hit her up the next day. I booked the space, and I took that leap, and I just started, creating my flyers and stuff, and I love doing that. I love graphic design. Like, I'm not like skilled and perfect or anything at it, but I enjoy it. I love making flyers and editing videos and stuff. Like, I like doing that type of stuff. So I just started planning for the event, but the fear started to settle in a little bit. The fear started to settle in because I was telling myself, like, I don't know, like, how many people are going to support this. Like, some people are into the sound bath stuff. Some people are not. It's not for me personally, knowing what I know about sound healing and the power of it and how it really does can contribute to our healing, and how it helps us with our diseases. All of that, like the power of sound just within itself, not just the sound bowls, but like the power of sound and the power of certain frequencies and things like that on our body, our consciousness, our DNA. Like I said, with sicknesses and things like that, just the testimonies of people that have done sound healing, have gotten it, have done it with themselves. And me personally, like, when I first got my first set of bowls, it wasn't because I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. It was more so from a place of I was attracted to that frequency. So long story short, let's fast forward probably like 2014, 2015. The first time I ever heard binaural beats before, and I would listen to them, it resonated with me, like my energy, like my body. And I'll never forget this, but I was asleep. Like, one morning I was like knocked out, but I was like in between worlds. I was like sleep, but I was kind of I was aware. So it could be lucid dreaming, I guess you can call it. I was asleep, but I was aware that I was asleep. So I heard, like, it sound like angels, like a choir of angels singing. So that resonance of that sound, and I asked people in the house, I said, were y'all watching a movie or something with people singing, or like a choir, or were y'all playing something? And everybody was like, no. So while I was in between that state, I heard, like, it sounded like a choir of angels singing. It was weird, but it kind of sounds like a pitch, like those frequency pitch. Like, if you were to listen to a binaural beat, or like a singing bowl going around, it kind of had that high pitch. It was, I can't describe it. So it's something about that. And then on top of it, like, my ear for music, I hear beats in my sleep too. I could hear a whole song that doesn't exist in my head, like a beat. Or let's say, for example, I've heard like remixes to songs that don't exist in my sleep. Like, let's say for instance, Busta Rhymes has a song, and I can hear different rappers on it, and I can even hear down to the lyrics of what they're saying, and these songs don't exist. It's weird. It's crazy. So I have an ear for music and sound and frequency. So when I'm using my sound bowls, I'm thinking from a perspective of, like, I'm playing music and I'm creating a vibe. I'm creating an energy with it. So it's interesting. I'm a spiritual DJ. Let's say that. But anyway, long story short, so I'm like, I don't know how many people, because some people just look at it as like another trend, like, oh, some sound bowls, like, but no, like, that shit works, and it's very powerful, and it's also the intention. So I started just getting into it just because I was drawn to them, and I was using them on myself, and I was using them on other people, helping them and stuff, and I just fell in love with it, and I started buying more instruments like chimes and drums and flutes. Like, I'm serious about my shit. So I'm creating my flyers, I'm creating like the video, like promo videos and stuff, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, what if this shit does not work? What if this shit fails? So originally, the space, like as far as the listing of the space, she put that it holds a space of a room for 15 people, but that could be for anything, because you can do dance classes in there, you can do yoga in there, you can do just like teaching in there. It doesn't have to be like where you're sitting or you're laying. It could be like, people are standing or people are networking in that space. So she calculated 15 people could fit in that room. But for the event that I needed, at first I was like, let me do 9. And then I was like, no, let's do 10 people. So then I made a listing for 10 people to fit in that space. I invited, family and friends. Whoever was supposed to come came. So everybody bought their ticket. So only 3 of my family members came. They bought their tickets. One of my family members, I've invited her to come, and then it wasn't meant for her to come because she couldn't find the space, and I didn't feel like she really wanted to come anyway, so I wasn't too tripping off that. But it worked perfectly because everybody that was in that room fit in that space. So yeah, shout out to everybody that came. Like, one of my friends, like one friend that I could say out here that I do have where I'm at, because I have friends all over, like sisters, sister girls, my sister friends. She's like the friend out here that I could say, like, she will always support me no matter what. Like, she was there in the front. My 2 cousins supported me, my aunt, and then Rosie, I know her from YouTube. She lives out here. And then Tanara, I know her from YouTube too. She came, bought her ticket. And it was 3 other people that came, and I did not recognize who these 3 other ladies were. And crazy enough, they found me off Google. They found my event off Google, and they just decided to come. And I remember writing in my journal like the type of vibe that I wanted to create for the space, and I don't know, I took that leap of faith. So when it all came together, I just left it in God's hands, and I said, you know what? I don't know if this is going to work out, but I did it. I already paid for the space. I already put it out there that I was doing this. I'm going to do it. Fuck it. So at the last minute, like, I started to see the ticket sales, like, okay, people are buying their tickets. My cousins bought the tickets, and I'm like, I did it. And then when the event came and, everybody showed up, I was like, I'm grateful. It's a humble beginning. 10 people is probably not a lot to some people, but for me, like, just the space that I chose, I mean, it's fitting. I filled the space, but it's a humble beginning. I took that leap of faith, and I didn't know, like, if people, I didn't know. Like, I know that a few people, most definitely, that support me, they're going to be there, but I didn't know. I didn't know that it was going to turn out the way that it did. I guess we're going to call this video testimony, because I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do a reading off this live. I don't think so. So that was Friday, this past Friday, that I had that event, and I was proud of myself, and I wrote down, when did I write this? I wrote this August 2nd, and I think that was the date that I actually paid for my space. Let me see. What date was August 2nd? Let me see. I think I actually bought the space on the either the 1st of August or the 31st, I think. Because the 2nd was a Wednesday. So I think Monday, that Monday of the 31st, I bought the space. So Tuesday, I wrote this prayer. I'm going to share it with y'all because this is my testimony. I will let you know, Samantha. Email me so I'll send you the details personally because, yeah, I'll send it to you. Um, yeah, email me, Samantha. So this is my prayer. I said, God, I ask that you bless this entire event and everyone who sows into this event, starting with the host of the space, which her name is Shantae. There's a lady that opened her space up for people to rent it out or book it. Shantae, helper supporters, the attendees, and myself, carry me through this. This event is going to be amazing. There's going to be a full turnout. I did put the full 15 people at first because that's what I was thinking that it was until I actually visited the space and I seen that it was not going to fit 15 people like lying down. It wouldn't have worked out right because I like to walk around and play the singing bowls too. I don't just sit the entire time. I walk around and like play the bowls, and then if I feel intuitively led to like play it around a certain person or on a certain part of their body where I feel like they need it, that's why I like to have room and space. So it wouldn't have worked out with 15 people. It just wouldn't have. But I put that down there. But anyway, the full turnout did happen, that at least. And I said, this will be a beautiful, healing, life-changing experience for everyone in the room. Good vibes with beautiful souls coming together, collectively making powerful changes. I decree and declare that divine healing fills the room and changes our hearts and minds for the highest good. That any pain, sorrow, and confusion be lifted, and everyone in the room will be set free. This event will be a safe space to, I can't read my handwriting. I know one of the things says relax and be present. Everyone will leave the event refreshed, feeling lighter and in a better state of wellness. There will be an anticipation for my next event. Now that came to pass because at the end of the session, like I asked everybody, I went around the room and asked everyone, how did they feel? Did you experience anything like physically? Did you have any visions? Did you having certain thoughts, like what happened through the session? And everybody went around and, explained what they experienced, how they felt. And then everybody was like, when's the next one? So I will, yeah, keep y'all posted. But yeah, so that happened. Going back to the prayer, it says many successful events of a larger group and community, larger space, and greater healing to come. This event, Friday, September the 15th, 2023, will go far better than I expected and anticipated. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly in all that I could ever ask for. All attendees are going to receive far more than what they paid for. I'm going to receive a mind-blowing amount of love and support for this event. I open my heart to receive and give thanks to you in advance. That was my prayer. So that was like a really honest prayer. I just wrote it down, not thinking too much of it. So when I went back Friday night and I read it, I was mind blown. So yeah, that's my testimony with that. But yeah, because what I also too, like, I looked up the name of the healing center that I did the where I got the space. Their name, I thought it was something Asian. Like I thought maybe it's like a Japanese name or something because it sounds like it, but it's actually a biblical name, and it means to save, to heal, to make whole, to deliver. I was like, wow. And I cried because that was my confirmation. Because I told y'all, like, I was a little scared. I was like a little nervous, like, bitch, why'd you do this? You're going to fail. You're going to be embarrassed, And then I just got to that space where I said, even if let's say there's only a room of 4 people and I don't sell all my tickets, At least I did it. At least I put myself out there. At least I took a chance and a risk on myself. That's kind of what humbled me a bit, like brought me down to earth. Like, so what? Like, if it doesn't have that, this is your first event. So to sell all of my tickets, and not only just to people that know me, but to people that don't even know me at all, and just found me off Google. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy to me, you know? It's divine. So, yeah. But enough of about that. So I guess I just wanted to touch base and let y'all know what's going on and give God some credit and some glory and, you know, let y'all know. So just, I guess, if you could take anything from those two things I shared with y'all, that life, yeah, life is short, and yeah, live it to the full, but don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to take, leaps of faith, even if you don't know if it's going to work out, when or how. That doesn't matter. You only have one life to live, and if something's placed on your heart, then do it. That's it. That is it. Like, make the transitions you're guided to make. Don't worry about too much of the details, and worry too much about the tomorrow. If you're called to it, you're going to get through it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it through. And so that's what I learned from, both experiences, is to be present and live life, show gratitude. If God got you, God got you. There's nothing that, no matter what tries to come up against you, that is going to prosper. That's pretty much, that's it. That's it. I don't know. But I love what I do. Like, like I said, I love the tarot. I love it because it's so colorful. And like, you can do so many things with tarot. It's so intricate, and I think it's dope. I appreciate the art of tarot, not just like the spiritual art, but like the artistry, like the different creations of tarot, the different styles of tarot. Like, I love the shit. But there is times where the aspect of like the seriousness of it, like where, like, I don't know how to explain it. The pressure of just kind of just being seen as an 8-ball, you know what I mean? Like an 8-ball toy, like you could just shake it up and you're just going to get an answer, and people kind of like lean on tarot readers or people that use the tarot. I don't want to be identified as a tarot reader. I can read tarot, but I'm not, like, that's not my only ability or gifting. So I don't want to put that on me, but just being kind of looked at as this source of, oh, you're supposed to tell me everything, and also being demonized because, yeah, there are some bad people out there that use tarot for the wrong reasons or just for money and all of that. And I'm not knocking, like, I feel like when I give readings, I put my whole, not just my foot into that shit. I put my whole everything into reading. Like, I make myself a divine vessel. Like, I take the shit seriously. And I feel like I don't get compensated enough. And when I say compensated, not just financially, like, I try to be fair with people, but sometimes I feel like I sell myself short. But compensated as far as like just appreciation. Like, I don't think tarot readers get enough appreciation, except for, I guess, if you're telling people what they want to hear and shit like that, and you're tickling their ears, and it's all good, they love you. But when you don't fit into the mold, or you're not this mainstream reader, you're not like this popular reader, then you don't really get that much appreciation. So that's why when I do get the appreciation, the support that I do, I appreciate it. Anybody that has ever sold into my readings, even if it was like $5, $10, whatever the fuck, just the fact that you trusted me enough to read for you, and At the end of the day, we're human vessels. We're not God. We don't have all the answers. There's certain things that could be accurate. There's things that may not. There may be things that have not come to pass yet, whatever. But just the fact of, like, trusting me enough to invest, to get clarity and get guidance, because I take the shit serious. But sometimes it is a little bit draining. It is, it's a lot sometimes. And it's not always light and fluffy. But I love it. I enjoy it. But yeah. I don't even know where we was going with this live. Like, I promise y'all, I have my cards out. Y'all know how it is. But I wanted to touch base with y'all and let y'all know, like, your girl was almost a goner the other night. Like, or just, my head could have been busted. Like, something crazy. Or neck cut on some glass. Like, something crazy. I don't know. Like, that child, like, and why I haven't been on here as much is, like, I've been trying to catch up on some beauty sleep and take care of other things going on. So I don't have the free time always to, like, sit down and do these readings and stuff as much as I want to. And I try my best to at least come on here once a week and still do my Patreon exclusives and stuff every Tuesday. I try to do that. But yeah, like, I'm fine if I'm okay. Like, I'm at this place now where I was so worried about the state of, like, my channel and feeling like it's, going left. But I'm at this place now where I'm just like, whoever's supposed to be here is going to be here. That's where I'm at with everything. Whoever's supposed to be here is just going to be here. If not, it's cool. Like, you resonate, you may no longer resonate. That's fine. Or it may not grow. Like, who knows? I'm open to transition. I'm open to change. That's just where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I'm not, I don't want to play the YouTube game, the monopoly of it. I don't want to do all of that. So I sure do not, because I ain't doing it. I'm not playing into that game. Yeah, I can't pour into empty cups. I can't, like, if I don't have it to give, I don't have it to give. If I'm not being guided to, like, share. And that's another thing too, like, when I say misplaced gifts, a lot of, this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion, but I feel like I shouldn't say a lot of YouTubers, or not even just YouTube tarot readers, but tarot readers in general. I feel like some tarot readers' gifts are misplaced in the tarot. Like, your gift is much more than tarot cards. Like, you can utilize your gifts in so many ways. Being prophetic is not just telling people their future. The way you live your life can be prophetic. Just you being you is prophetic. Like, it doesn't have to be through a tool or through you telling people about their future or giving people warnings, or it's so much more than that. So that's why I feel like sometimes, like, the tarot thing can be very limiting for a person like me, because I know that my gift is not just some fucking tarot cards and telling people about their love life and all of this and all. Like, that's partially. And on top of that, like, I don't need the cards, really. I enjoy them. I love them. But yeah, some gifted people, their gifts are misplaced in certain things. And we got to be careful not to get too comfortable to where we stagnate ourselves, or we hold ourselves to this standard or this title that's limiting and could just be temporary. You know what I mean? So when I come on here at times, you guys, and I'm just like talking and giving a message, I might like share a dream that I had, or just something that spirit dropped on me, like in my spirit. Or I might do like live discussions and we talk about some, whatever, right? That's all a part of the gift. That's all a part of just me being me. So I don't want to just restrict myself to be like, oh, I'm just a tarot reader. I don't want to give people that impression. I'm not a tarot reader. I can read tarot. I have divine permission to use the tarot. But that doesn't mean that that's all the fuck I can do. That's all I am. Like, no. And sometimes I be posting my art, like my jewelry that I make, and my, if I'm doing something, artistic, or, you know, jazzing out my heels, or some purse that I painted or something. Like, I'm gonna share that. That's me. Like, visually, prophetic people are creative people. Like, we're visual people. Like, we have gifts and vision and sight. So why wouldn't we be talented and created in other things? So I'm gonna, this is my YouTube channel. I'm sharing all my stuff, whether you like it or not. It's not just gonna be a whole bunch of tarot readings. Like, I can't do that. That makes me feel very restricted. To know me is to love me or maybe dislike me. Shit, hell, I don't know. But, we're for who we're for. So I did too much talking, but I'm probably going to have to just do a separate live, because I really did think that I was going to tell y'all, hey, I got into a car accident. The bitch is still alive. I hope everybody's well. And then do some tarot readings. But no, that did not happen. That did not happen at all. So, but my sense of humor is kind of morbid sometimes. But I appreciate you guys for listening to this long video. Take something from it positively, I hope. We gonna do 2 lives today. Fuck it. I took off today. I still have to recover and make sure my body is okay and good, and not do heavy lifting and labor after a bitch just got hit like Optimus Prime. It felt like Optimus Prime hit that fucking car. When I tell you, that dude's car felt like Transformers. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't know how to explain it. That was a strong force. So I have to make sure that my body is good before I be going to work lifting and shit. Like, no. I'm still girly. Like, I could do like manly work and shit. I could do some production work and some lifting and doing this and doing that, work some machines. But a bitch is still feminine too. Like, I'm still soft too. Like, come on now. Like, that's the thing about Tauruses. Taurus people, like, Taurus women in general, like, we don't mind getting our hands dirty and shit. Like, I have a lot of sides. Like, the little girls that played with, like, play fights or rode their bikes, scraped their knees, played in the mud, made mud pies, but still like to be cute and play Barbies. That was me. Like, I had 2 sides. I could do both. But that shit right there, like, I'm not going to work like this. I'm just not. Hell no, I need a massage. I need a full body massage right about now. I'm not even playing. And some rest. Yes, we can do it. We can. Like, Taurus people in general are very hands-on and very, like, construction work and gardening and all that shit. Outdoorsy, camping, fishing. Like, my grandma used to take us fishing all the time. Like, so I have those sides, but this other side is like, I want to be feminine today. I don't want to do shit. I'm not going to work today. I'm going to rest. Rest my body. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and probably create another live and then see what we got, see what we get. Because y'all sat through all that. God bless you. Like, y'all know, like, motor mouth sometimes over here. But, yeah. Let me get my ass off of here. See you in a bit. See you in the moment. See you in a second. Peace.